Hello, everybody. Welcome to our show. Apologies for the little gap for the last couple of weeks. Various things have been going on, which we'll talk about later on. You know I will, because this is a whip and chat. I'm never on my own on a Wednesday afternoon, so I would like to introduce my co-host, which will come in either there or there. I can't remember. So it's Yorkshire Crafter.
Hello, everybody.
So what's been happening for the last, when did we last stream? About a million weeks ago?
A couple of weeks, yeah. Yeah. It can't be helped. Just,
well,
it happens.
Yeah, I mean, the week before I had work, didn't I?
Yeah.
Or something. No. Oh, no, I had that break. Yeah, I was going through a bit of a mental breakdown, I think. Last week I had a late shift. Work are very accommodating for me, given that I'm an agency driver, and then they let me pick days off or nights off. Wednesday nights off was the most important thing to me, and he'd accidentally put me down for a Wednesday shift, but he'd put me down for a morning, and I said, well, look, I can make that shift because it doesn't interfere with the evening, and the rest of the week was quite favourable shifts. And then I had a bit of a hectic schedule, and I was like, right, I'll do this, that, and get this done, and it just kind of all went wrong. And the next thing I know, I ended up in Dartford just as it was getting really busy, and it just went completely crazy. And I needed to buy some wood because I needed to crack on. I've got this table that's just been an absolute mess, and I got these bits of wood, and I've now made this lovely table, and I'm going to show you now, actually, because I love it so much. So it's far from finished, and the camera leads aren't long enough yet, but this is my new workstation. So we have a cutting board here, A1 size. We have all these little drawers and things all around. This is like me. This is, at the moment, it's kind of me junk, shove everything in there, my screwdrivers and all sorts. I've got my electronics department here, and then I've got my monitor there. I've got a second monitor. I've got my camera there. I've got my light hanging over the top. Obviously, the camera that you're looking at out of now sits there. I've also got a side camera there, and then on the end here, I've got this little lip. And then obviously things will clamp onto there as I need them. This is getting over more towards paint for my models and things, and this is going to be built up. So when if I'm doing a model aircraft or something, this can come out, it can go onto the table, and then away I go. And I'm feeling very organized for the first time in a long time. And the best thing is, I've not made it as one solid bit. I've actually made it so that it can all be pulled apart and put into the back of a car in the event I should move house. Yeah. So I am well chuffed. And it's taken a hell of a long time to sort out. I got half as much done in twice the time, but I think that's always the way. And I have just seen a new name, so I'm going to go through the comments, because I don't like to skip comments. So Mark's Mod says, hello ladies, glad you're back on YouTube. Dano Bill says, hello everyone. Hello Dano, I need to speak to you. I've kind of neglected you the last few days. You asked me for help, and I haven't ignored you. I've had some long shifts at work and this, that, and the other. Now, a very old friend of mine, and I mean old as in I've met her for quite a while, not she's extremely old. Although in all fairness, I don't know how old she is. Frances Adams, a really, really good friend of mine. I started off doing a lot of builds in live on Twitch. Now, this lady, Frances Adams, she is an absolutely amazing painter. And I would say between herself and Love Minis, I owe probably at least 75% of my talents. I mean, I'm not brilliant at painting, but 75% at least of my talents are down to these two wonderful ladies. So really happy you could make it. So this is actually something, I don't know if you've seen any of our live shows on a Wednesday afternoon. This is something completely different. You know, I like to mix and match things. So this is I'm feeling very stressed out from all of the week. Let's place little tiny, stupidly small pieces of plastic onto sticky back plastic and make a picture. And somehow we feel very relaxed afterwards. Can I describe it better than that?
No.
That's basically it, isn't it? So I have been working on this for about a millennium, but main reason for that, the idea is that I do one score. Where's my squares? Yeah, so I work on squares of about that big, one at a time, and then I work on the next square, and each square will take me about half an hour to an hour. Obviously, it's not that quick on stream because I'm chatting. And the idea is that we sit and we do a square, and then off camera after the stream, we finish that square off so that the next stream we can start another one. But we started off chatting about basic techniques, and then we sort of picked up to slightly more techniques. And then we were asking the audience, but the audience obviously knows more than us because they didn't ask any questions, did they? Or hardly any. So they must be far more knowledgeable than us. So we just do a work in progress and sit and chat and just put the world to right for an hour. And it's our 1 hour in the week when the guys don't matter, the school kids don't matter, tonight's dinner doesn't matter, nothing. So we have got more people coming on. So Dano Bill says it's okay, Penny, just when you've got the time, just drop us a line and we can sort things out. Yeah. Dano Bills, I don't know, you can't get at the channels anymore. You used to be able to click on a name and go to their channel, but Dano Bills is just starting out his YouTube channel, and he's not publicly released it, but he's looking at doing the Eddie Stobart truck build. And he did a little example video, and I gave him a little bit of feedback, and I was quite happy actually, because I thought, you know, when you give someone feedback for the first time and you're like, ooh, how are they going to take it? Was I a little bit harsh? And there was one element of the feedback. He came back and he says, yeah, my dad said exactly the same. So I'm thinking, well, his dad's from Newcastle area, so he probably said it a lot harsher than I did. So I've probably been all right there. But yeah, I'll chat with you later on. So Francis says R. And then I don't recall seeing this name before. How are you pronouncing that? Sell it bang. Hello.
Yeah.
So, how did that advert go? Hi, I'm so-and-so, so-and-so. Do you remember the Sell it bang advert?
I just remember the one now.
He used to come on and he used to go, hi, what was his name? From the Sell it bang adverts. I'm going to have to look it up, you know. Sorry, guys, I'm going to have to Google it. Unless someone can get there quicker. Hi, oh, God, I can't remember. I'm sorry, guys, I've got to look it up. Man from Sell it bang adverts. Oh, that's it, Barry Scott. Hi, I'm Barry Scott. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Brilliant. I've always been a bit Barry Scott. Like, just as I say it, I'll give you that because there's about a 10-second delay. So if you say something within 10 seconds after I have, you've effectively got in there first. But yeah, no, I'm a real big fan of adverts, but I'm generally disappointed with modern adverts over the old ones. Right, shall we do some work?
Yeah.
It is work in progress. So shall we actually do the W word?
Do the W word.
So you are working on, for the benefit of anyone that may not have seen us before, you are working on
the flowers in a basket.
You have really cracked on with that, haven't you?
I've got a little bit there to finish, and then this last square.
Wow. So I think you started that round about the time I started mine, which is up to there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've put me to shame there. So I'm not going to go through all the techniques and everything because obviously a lot of people know. But if you are new, you don't know, ask away. Ask any questions you want to ask. You can be about us. It can be about diamond painting. I prefer to keep my part works and other hobbies away because it's a huge different end of the rainbow, isn't it? But obviously, if you feel it's a burning question, yeah, ask away, and then yeah, just go for it. So I'm going to try and finish these little bits off today, which probably haven't. Right, okay. So yes. So Sell It Bang is watching on Yorkshire Crafters channel. We are doing a dual stream, so it's actually going out to my channel as well. So if you got Penelopes Pitstop or Yorkshire Crafter, you're watching this. Unfortunately, the way that the chat works is that the chat that you are on, you can only see other people who chat on that channel. So the 4 people watching on my channel can't see the people on Yorkshire Crafter and vice versa. So you may see us respond to comments that make no sense to you whatsoever. That will just simply be because someone's commented on another channel. And I've put my drawer away with all my diamonds in. I got them all out ready before the show started. And then as soon as the show started, I pushed the drawer away. So so how's your cross stitch coming along, Mrs. Novice?
I've actually got it with me.
I'll show you again. Showing us, or have I just prompted you there?
I can show now if you want, or I can wait till the end.
It's up to you. This is a work in progress show, and you are the Yorkshire Crafter.
Right, I'll get it now then. Hang on.
Don't feel pressured. You know, if you want to keep it a secret. Right, I'm really struggling with these symbols today. I'm trying to figure out these symbols. I don't know if you can see them if my camera's that good.
Right. There we go. That's the progress. On to go.
Wow, you really have made progress. Wow.
Yeah.
So now you're doing I forget what you call it, but where you just go around with a single thread and just
that's
highlighting
called the back stitch. Yeah.
Back stitch, that's it.
Yeah, I've got to finish going around his head, and then I've got to do the face detail, which I'm not looking forward to. But
by the looks of it, you've got the hang of it. Because I remember the back stitch bit I hated.
Yeah. A lot of people say they hate it. It's just tedious. It's
not so much that it's tedious. If I remember rightly, when you do the actual cross stitching, you have a little system, and you work your stitches across.
Yeah.
And then you go back.
Yeah.
But when you do the back stitch, it just kind of doesn't work like that.
No.
It just doesn't seem to be. It's different, and I suppose there would be people that says I prefer the back stitch. It's the crosses I don't like. Although if you're saying that, I would question why on earth you are actually doing cross stitch. If you don't like doing cross stitch, why are you doing it?
I was actually watching a YouTube video, and they said to work backwards.
Okay.
So
yeah, I think if you go to one of these clubs full of old ladies who've been doing it 50 years, they will tell you off if you do it the wrong way. You still get the right result.
Yeah.
But what I was taught was it doesn't matter whether you go that way first or that way, so long as you go that way on all of them. because you've
Yes.
got either that one is on top or that one is. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes.
So it's all got to be
Completely
like
makes
that
sense.
or like that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter whether you go that way or that way or that way or that way, so long as. So that's all I really remember. And I suppose it depends on where it's convenient from where you've come in on your first stitch.
Yeah. A couple of months back, I actually tried one of the children's kits on the plastic.
Yeah.
And I completely get what you're saying about as long as you keep the stitches to the way that you're going, or else it just looks completely wrong.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it after it.
Your lumps are in the wrong direction, aren't they?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I really am struggling with this because I can't see this very well. It's not a bad kit. It's the symbols are quite fuzzy. It's the print quality, but in most areas, it's brilliant. But it's just I'm struggling, and I think it's more my eyesight than anything. And I have got the correct glasses on, although I'm worrying about my eyesight lately. I know I have separate glasses for craft work and for driving, and they're both varifocal glasses. But it's just the way the varifocals are set up ever so slightly differently. But I got up the other morning and spent 10 minutes looking for my glasses, and I was wearing them, which is funny, but it's also the fact that if I couldn't see, unless it was just first thing in the morning, I'd got up a little bit too early and I couldn't see properly. Oh, thank you very much, Sillet, for the subscribe. Hello, Build with Adrian. And Build with Adrian, who's obviously watching on both channels.
Yeah.
But the other problem we have is that you can see the platform that someone's chatting from, i.e. YouTube. But because we're streaming to two YouTube channels, we can't tell which one is which. If we were streaming to my Twitch channel and Yorkshire Crafters YouTube channel, we could tell which is which because there's a little icon. I don't know if you notice on the screen where you have the person's avatar in the bottom right, it's got a little symbol and you can see that it's YouTube. But because everyone, this is YouTube on both sides. But yeah, thank you very much for the subscription. I hope you enjoy my channel as much as you enjoy Yorkshire Crafters. So yeah, I do have a very mixed channel with mixed content. But most of my, I mean, if you're here for the diamond painting, you're going to be more interested in, is it Sundays I put the diamond painting out? And the Wednesdays. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm trying to get the Wednesday sorted out, but because I like the way I like to do like the reviews and the unboxings, I like to do it all in one, which means I can't put out weekly videos for diamond painting. So I'm trying to put one out on the first Sunday of the month, and then I'll do everything all in one. And it's nice. It means that I can. I kind of get bored if I sit down and do one thing all the time. So if I did nothing but diamond painting, I'd get bored. If I did nothing but part works, I'd get bored. So I like to do sort of an hour of this and an hour of that. So in the background, you can't see it. Do you want a sneak preview?
Go on, yeah.
Okay. You've already seen it. So what I'm actually working on for next month it's another Fansels one. There you go. Shall I just show you? No, let's do that. So this is my work in progress on next month video. So this is another Fansel. So I've done, each bit of this has taken about an hour and a half. But by just doing a little bit, it means I can film it in its entirety. And then when I come to make the video, I can just cut little bits out, speed it all up, and then you get like an edited highlight. And
Yeah.
I like it. Obviously, if other people don't like it, you know, the viewing figures are the one that tells you if it's a good video. But I really enjoy making it that way. And each of my videos are done a little bit differently.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I really enjoy this. So, and someone's just beat me because you know people will send me messages when I'm streaming.
That's just the way it goes.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. That's yeah. It was a friend of mine. He has my mail go to his address, and so quite often I'll have stuff sent. All right. Sell it Bang says, thank you. I just started diamond painting. I do many crafts, but diamond paint I do for myself. It's like reading a book. I get lost and forget I'm on this. That is exactly how I feel. The one thing that I'll do differently from what you've just said is that I tend to do diamond painting for other people, because I haven't really got room to keep them. And I've always said that my joy is in making, not in actually keeping. So I'm quite happy to make something and give it away. But then people go, oh, lovely, can I have your bus? When you finished it, I'm like, no, that's a £1,300 model. I think I'm keeping that one myself.
Gosh,
So
yes.
Bill with Adrian says, that is not me, LOL. So you might have to explain that one, because I don't quite get you, Adrian.
Is it on about when you said about streaming on both?
Oh, you know what? No, I think he's talking about when I just received a message.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, my friend he's received mail for me. But what is the situation of I have something delivered to where I'm living, but obviously because I'm paying by card, I have to put the billing address. So the billing address and the shipping address isn't the same. So of course he's got this random invoice come through. So he doesn't know that I already know about it. So, but he's a good lad, really. He's really helpful, and maybe I don't appreciate him enough. Maybe I appreciate him too. I don't know.
He'd give you shirt off your back if he could.
Do you know I would? I actually would. It's like at work, I'll go in and I might have like 50 pence in my pocket, and someone will go, oh, I'm dying for a cup of coffee. I'll go, well, can I get you one? And then I'll sit there without coffee. I've done it before as well, where I've say I had 3 or 4 chocolate bars, say 4 chocolate bars, and I've offered them to 4 people on the basis that I know one of them will say, no, you're all right, Penny, but thanks ever so much. And then all 4 of them go, oh, that'd be lovely. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, I've got no chocolate bars left.
Dear.
But yeah, that is yeah. I don't mind really. I sleep well at night, so yeah. I don't just carefully put all them in the pot and straight away spilt them.
Oops.
So what have you been up to then generally? I want to hear I love hearing about Yorkshire Crafters Sunday dinners.
Yeah.
I don't know if they really are awesome or just the way she describes them, but they are. I just love listening to your Sunday dinner stories.
Do you know what? It's completely gone out my head. I can't think what we had for Sunday dinner.
You're going to have to write it. This coming Sunday, I'm ordering you to write it down so you can tell us all about it next week.
I wrote it down for this week and I've forgotten.
Well, I've been doing all right for dinners this week. We have a canteen where I'm working, and it's all right actually. It's not. I hope she's not listening. It's not as good as the Dartford canteen, but it's a little bit cheaper, and I would say price for quality, it's about the same.
Right.
But I tried out their chili con carne the other day, and I would have to say that their chili is most satisfactory. The only problem was I come in the morning. I said, "Oh, chili." I said, "Can you save a portion? I'll be in about 11ish from a dinner. Could you make sure there's one such?" She went, "Yeah, I'll do that for you, no problems." So then I had, oh, Christine, hello. Sorry, the world has just stopped for Christine. How are you?
Yeah. Hello,
You
Christine.
haven't missed too much. So yeah, Christine, I hope you're really well. I did mean to ring last night, but the odd thing happened and I just got caught. Okay. But then again, I'm not sure if you would actually have appreciated the call last night. Maybe the peace and quiet would have done you a lot better. And Mark's Mods has just reminded you that you had spaghetti and meatballs.
We did.
And actually, Christine's just reminded you that it was meatballs.
Oh,
Oh.
Christine's watched my Sunday stream.
So have I just accidentally confessed that I haven't watched it yet?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. There's a lot that I've got to catch up with, actually. I've got to catch up with I watched Adrian's last night. Well, I watched, actually, I'm going to make a slight confession. Because Adrian was doing his Spitfire, and you've got issue 27 and then issue 28, and then 29 is the same as 27, but on the opposite side, and then obviously 30 is the same as 28. Now, I will confess, I actually missed issue 27 and 28, but I caught 29 and 30. So I did kind of, oh no, it was 2 last night, wasn't it? I didn't miss it. No. I did see it all. So anyway, but yeah, I knew exactly what they were on about, and it was, yeah, I really quite enjoyed it. But there was one bit, I couldn't comment. I was in the car. That's right, I was in the car, so I was listening to it through my Bluetooth radio, so I couldn't actually comment. And Adrian was saying something about there's one stage where it was quite loose or something. The wheel was loose, but the other side wasn't loose. And I really desperately needed to comment. And I'm like, yeah, mine was exactly the same. But I think that's because one side was painted and one side isn't painted. And it's, yeah. And as soon as I rushed home, I broke the sound barrier driving home. And I was like, oh, can I come on stream? Can I and talk to you about mods and things? And he didn't get the message in time. So yeah. So, but I'm sure that when we have one of our 2 hour 5 minute chats, well, we do. We have a quick phone call, and they last about, I think, an average is an hour and a half. Is that about right, Adrian? About an hour and a half for our quick chats. And about 2 hours for our we've got all the time in the world chats. Yeah. So, yeah, there is no such thing as quick with me.
No.
I think I've messed up. No, I haven't. No, right. I said earlier on I couldn't figure out the symbol under here. And I've come to conclusion it's this one. I don't know if you can see it.
Star, yeah.
But that looks red, whereas the drills, which isn't unusual to have a red symbol for an orange. It's similar, isn't it? But now I'm looking at this symbol there. Trying to get it into focus. There we go. I love this new camera. So it's that one there. Now that's quite cut and dry, isn't it? What that symbol is. But there is no matching symbol. Or is that? No, it is definitely that one, isn't it?
Go down to the bottom. There's like another, like a flower. There's 3776. Is that very similar?
No. It's that's the symbol when it comes into focus. Come on, hello, there we go.
Yeah.
No, that one, right, that's where I'm now getting confused, because that symbol there is most definitely 947.
Yeah.
Right. If I now unpick one of these orange ones that I did earlier, so it's going to be that one there. That might be the same symbol.
I'd say it's the other one, the flower. Is it 3776?
Right. So that's 3776. I think you might be right, because if you look at the colours it's coming from,
Yeah.
it's more of a blend then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right there, Julie. So I'm going to pick a couple more off. No, do you know what? I really don't know.
No, it's hard when they're blurry.
Yeah, but I'll pick 3 off. Do you know what? I think I've got that right. I think they are 947. So I think I'd originally got it right. Because also these equal signs, I know that is a full-on red.
Right.
606. Yeah. Well, I say full-on red, it's more of a pink. But that's 606. So
Yeah.
that will blend the orange into the red. So yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. So trust me to take a relaxing hobby and get more stressed out over it afterwards, because I can't figure out the symbols. So yeah, Adrian's just replied in response to our little quick 5-minute 2-hour chats. He's went, yeah, something like that, Penny. Now, sorry, I'm going to take a quick run away for a sec, because I've been expecting a parcel and I don't think he's come, so I think I might have missed him. So I'm just going to be about 2 minutes, guys.
Okay. Right.
Well, he hasn't been, or he hasn't left a card through the door. So this is a little bit frustrating. Well, the fact, as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't been. Because if I'm one of these, if he hasn't left a card, his visit didn't exist.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to be here between 8:40 and 12:40. And it's now coming up for 1:40.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Good,
I don't know. Well, it's just frustrating because I ordered some paint for a model ages ago, and I ordered it from this particular company because they normally ship the next day. He's normally really good. I appreciate COVID and everything, but he normally is really good. And it took about 3 days for it to ship, and then it took about 3 days to actually arrive. But I wasn't, very rare occasion, there was no one in the house. So I got a card through the door to say, sorry, we missed you. So the earliest I could redeliver it was yesterday. But because I was working yesterday and I knew I'd be off today, I've delayed it a little bit more to have it today. And now he's not here. And this is my entire paint collection for my new models.
Yeah.
I can't paint ships and aeroplanes with one pot of grey paint. So, but we'll see. We'll see. He might just be running really late.
Yeah.
It might only be an estimated time, and they haven't told me that. So,
That's
right.
likely what it'll be.
Well, If I have to go down the see, the trouble is our post office, our little sorting office, they're only open for like an hour or two a day at the moment because of COVID. But
Yeah.
it's not like a normal hour in the day. It's like 7 till 9 in the morning, and then that's it. They've shut for the day.
Gosh.
I'm guessing they're open while the posties are there, and then once the posties go out on their rounds, that's it. They shut up shop.
Yeah.
But I appreciate they're probably short staffed. There's high risk people at home, isn't there?
Yeah, that's true.
Where they should be.
Yeah.
So how are you coping with the new lockdown then, or the new restrictions?
I don't think it comes into effect for us quite just yet. I know there is something coming because we've had some talk, but
Yeah, well, there was talk of a really strict lockdown so that we would be allowed out at Christmas, which that's a funny grounding, isn't it? If you're good now, you can go out at Christmas. Um, but
yeah,
then, obviously, with the kids going back, that's changed things a little bit. But I don't know. I've given up caring now because I don't. It's just all seems messed up. And someone was saying to me the other day, "What's does anyone actually understand the rules?" And I said, "Well, the way I see it is, I can meet you at the pub and sit at the same table as you and have a drink. We can then go to the restaurant and share a meal at the same table. But you can't invite me round and we sit at opposite ends of the living room because that's not allowed.
yeah,
And apparently you can only invite like 4 people round for dinner, but you can have 30 people at a funeral.
yeah,
So of course you've got these jokes going around now. People are saying we're very sad to announce the death of our much beloved turkey. The funeral will be held on 25th of December between 12:30 and 1.
yes.
I'll
I've
bring
seen,
flowers, but vegetables are appreciated. Yeah,
yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
yeah, I think that's hilarious. But it's just, I mean, I'm quite lucky. I'm not a people in public person. I don't want people near me, and so it's like now there's this rule that you're not allowed near me. So that kind of works for me. So I just kind of get on with it. I mean, obviously I have contact with people in the house, um, but yeah, it's just I'm quite happy on my own.
yeah.
So it works for me.
There's been some more local town lockdowns as well, haven't there?
Yes, yes,
Wrexham's one of them.
right. I think that's not too bad. I think they should have the right to do that. Try and control at a local level.
Yeah,
But the trouble is, if you put too many restrictions on people for too long, they just rebel against it anyway.
yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, do you remember when we were allowed to go, or pubs were allowed to open? Do you remember the crowds at the pubs?
Yes, I remember seeing it on the local news. Yeah,
It's like, oh, you've suddenly forgot that we've still got social distance. So we have an old favourite just joined us, or just commented.
hey,
Queen of Diamonds Rosebud. Hi everyone, hope you're all well and okay. So far, so good.
yes, are you? Bless.
So yeah, in case you missed it earlier on, I'm just slowly cocking up my diamond painting, well and truly, aren't I?
No, you're not.
No, it's just I'm really struggling with some of the symbols today. So I'm muddling away, and I'm picking away at the easy ones, and then maybe that'll just make the rest easy. Um, so my everyone's favorite color next for me, 310.
Yeah.
I actually struggle more. Well, it's because they don't really. You can't really tell if they're upside the right way or upside down so much, can you?
No,
Um,
that's true.
well, really, I wish I could get one of these trays, but in black, because I really struggle with the light coloured ones. So if I could have, and these green ones, I don't get on with them so much because they haven't got a spout. Although this one's been modified, as you can see, I've got a tray. I cut this bit off the tray and just stuck it on the top there like that, so that I've got this little bit to stop the bits from falling out. So I suppose if I could modify that, there's nothing stopping me from modifying a green one just from the light coloured ones. So there you go. I've given myself homework for next week now.
You have.
Yeah. But yeah, the light coloured ones I do struggle with. Go, yeah, right. I like Etsy. I do like Etsy. I'm just bringing that comment up, so we know who we're talking about. So Diamond Paint with Nicole M. Go on Etsy. Trouble is, most of the people on Etsy who do diamond painting related products are American, and
Yeah.
the postage charge is more than the actual item. And I'm sorry, I just can't pay that price. I can't justify paying it. I saw some tray rack and it was like $10, $45 postage. And
Wow.
I'm not saying they're ripping us off because I don't think they are. I think that's the actual postage cost. But I couldn't do it.
No, definitely not.
This is the answer I was looking for. You can buy Queen of Diamonds, well, Rosebud. So we call you Rosebud, don't we? You can buy blue and purple large ones. Now, you had me at purple. That was it. You didn't have to say anything else. Purple. So you can buy blue and purple large ones from eBay and Amazon. I'm waiting for mine to arrive. Fantastic. I am going to be on it. In fact, I'm going to stop everything. I'm going to write that down. Purple DP trays. So as soon as this show is finished, I'm going to be looking for them. So right, guys, that's the end of the show. No, I'm not going to end it now. But
No.
9, 3, 8 I'm after now. I've one of these trays I've got for this thing. I can actually get my little trays in, which unfortunately means I've now got to renumber all of them because I've done the numbers going down. So I've done them going across. And it doesn't kind of work because the number of these you can get across. So I now need to renumber these so the numbers go down.
Yeah.
So because I put them in like that, it's really hard to find the number I want. So, but that's me. I develop a system and then I think of another system, and the first system needs changing because I don't get it anymore. And but we get there eventually.
It's whatever works whenever it changes.
Well, this is it. But the advantage of this system is that you don't have, I mean, obviously you have 7 of these trays to a box. Sometimes I might only need 5, or I might need 3. For my Spitfire builds, I only need 5 of them. But I've got another build where I need 8 of them. And it's such a shame to have 2 boxes, but six of the rows aren't used in one of them.
Right.
So, and I've now found some cheap ones, so they might actually be worth buying a few of them. And but the cases can all be chucked somewhere that if I need.
No comment on that one, Penny.
Oh yeah, no, right. So we had a little bit of a joke before the stream. When my room is messy, you know what? I've lost a stick on this. It is not sticking.
Oh.
So I think I'm going to have to resort to super glue or something. Yeah, so when my place is messy, I actually don't care about, like, if you've got a big pile of mess, what's the point in placing that carefully? But I've now really started to sort my room out, so I'm like, oh, a little place for that, and a little place for that, and I'm really got into the tidy, the tidy frame of mind. And I was putting all of these into this drawer just before the stream started, and I just, for a laugh, I just got the boxes and I just flung them on the bed over my shoulder.
You did.
Obviously, I will go and run and pick them up later on. But, oh, I got that on stick. I pushed it down hard for a long time. So I think it's suffering a little bit from not being worked on enough. But also, I don't know if that was, no, that wasn't. I demonstrated the, if you get paper on it and you put baby wipes on.
Yes, you did. On that canvas.
Yeah, I did do it on this canvas because this is just a cheapy one that I got. It's why I'm not complaining about it. Yeah, there are little things like the fuzzy symbols, but for the price I paid for it, I really can't grumble. Because this is the original. In the end, what I'm going to do with this, I want to try out sealing. So I'm actually going to cut it into 6, and I'm going to, because I've got a theory about making cheaper sealer. So I'm going to do one piece in Mod Podge, one piece in Mod Podge. Is it Mod Podge glitter? What's it called?
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
It's a glittery Mod Podge, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing another one just with PVA glue.
Yeah.
It's one that I think won't work, but let's see what it turns out like and maybe why it won't work. Another one I'm going to do with gloss interior varnish, which I'm suspecting the way that one's going to turn out, it will turn out very good, but it's about the same cost as Mod Podge, so you might as well get Mod Podge.
Yeah.
And then the one's obviously going to be left plain, and then the last one is going to be done with my new super mix of sealant. All it is, it's half PVA, half varnish, and a lot of modelers use it. If you make, in fact, I'm actually going to stop painting now because I'm just chatting so much, aren't I? So when, like, say for example, if you're doing like a military diorama and you make mountains out of foam board or foam, obviously if you put paint straight onto it, the paint will just soak into the foam, so you'll end up putting like 10 layers of paint on it. So what a lot of people do is they put Mod Podge on, which seals it. But a cheaper way is there's a chap we call Luke's APS, something like. He a lot of times he gets a product and he thinks, right, well, how can I make this cheaper? So it was one of his videos that I want to try and copy, where he does half PVA, which is, PVA is dirt cheap, and half varnish, which gives you that. But obviously, this is a different purpose. This is sealing it to make it look nice, whereas this scenery thing it's sealing it to stop the paint from going in. So it doesn't matter what the surface looks like, because you're just going to paint over it anyway. So a little bit of an experiment. It's a little bit of doing some sealing. And if I bugger it up, well, it doesn't matter because these cost me about £2 each. There was about £10 for 4.
I think, yeah.
Something ridiculously, stupidly cheap. So if they get buggered up, I really don't have a problem.
No.
So going to catch up with some chat. You can buy. Yeah, I love that comment because it had the word purple in it. That was it. I was sold. So they have a flip front as well, and I think the trays are roughly the same size as what Julie's using. So show us your trays. So that looks ginormous.
It is.
Do you have a tray the size of mine to sort of sit next to it, or do you have given up on the little ones now?
I can go get one.
No, don't go and get
Nope.
one. Do you know roughly how much bigger they are?
I don't know. I'd say the green tray goes about here, so
Right. So it's probably
size.
about twice the capacity then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I'm going to definitely have a look at the trays, much to my husband's. Yeah.
Does he not like you buying stuff?
It's not that he doesn't like me buying stuff. It's just, it's like, yes, dear, more diamond painting stuff.
Well, you know what you could do, don't you?
Go on.
You could buy it, but put my address down as the shipping address. And then when I receive it, I'll send it to you and go, Julie, I bought you a gift.
That's an idea.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Except that he's probably watching that stream now, so that idea won't work anymore.
Yeah, that's not going to work, is it?
No, it won't work now.
No.
So we really should have just discussed that in a private chat between the two of us.
Yeah.
So welcome to today's show, where today's subject is how to be naughty and get away with it.
Yes. Oh, dear.
Oh, the other big news I had, I say big news, my computer broke.
Oh, no.
About 4. Yeah, I just switched it on and it said CPU fan or something error, and then it was saying fan overheating. Well, go back 20 years, I knew so much about computers, but computers have just moved so quick, I know nothing. So I spoke to Horlicks, and the poor devil, he felt so bad because I bought the computer from him. And I'm like, no, a second-hand sale, you know, sold as seen, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, right, no, he goes, I'll come round. I think he was going to come round there or later on that day. He lives like an hour and a half away. And I'm like, no, you can't come round. And he goes, right, well, I'll come round Sunday. And then he turns out he was going to be in the area anyway. He does remote control cars, and he had some kind of meet or something. About half an hour from where I live, so I didn't feel so bad. And so we bought this new fan, but it's got all of this hoo-ha fandangle water cooler thing. It's got 2 pipes. Basically, you've got a fan this big for the CPU. That's how big the CPU is. Yeah. But then you've got this big cover over the top with these 2 pipes that leads to a radiator about this big, bigger than this diamond painting. And I think what had happened is it was the actual fan, the pump. So of course you have this new sophisticated stuff. It's just more to go wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the fan on the radiators were working fine, but it was what made me laugh is. Sorry, I'm just actually getting the old one.
Okay.
Right, so I have to be careful because it's got a load of gunk on it. It has this some kind of heat transfer paste. So you can see some grey gunk there, can't you?
Yeah.
That's the size of the CPU.
Right.
Now, this is the bit that goes over the top, and inside there is a pipe. So you've got these two hoses, right, which then goes to this radiator. Right? And on those radiators, you've got 2 fans that are this big.
Wow.
CPU that's like that big.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious. But the one I've got is an upgraded version. It's got lights on it. And now I can get all the lights to sing and dance. And they're just, I've just got, I don't know what to do with them. So I just got them set for colours of the rainbow. So it just swirls around different colours. So it's lovely for 5 minutes. Because when you first put it in, you go, oh, look, I've got little disco lights. And the computer sits under the desk and I sit on the top of the desk. And I'd rather put diamonds on here or drills than sit under the desk watching the lights. So it's great when I have people come in the room and I go, oh, look at that. And they go, oh, look at your computer. It's all lit up and everything. So, but we decide, because Horlicks was like, oh, no, it's not really that old. And, oh, I feel really bad. And so I'm like, well, I'll tell you what then. They offered me a 3-year warranty on it for 20 quid. So I thought, well, so I'll take it. So if it goes wrong in the next 3 years, I can get it replaced free of charge. And if it doesn't go wrong in the next 3 years, well, it's 20 quid, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's, I think it was £125 for the cooler. But what was really nice actually was Horlicks. He didn't install it. He made me install it. He was telling me what to do. So I've learned a little bit more about computers now. And, he made me take the old fan off, and I had to clean all the old paste off with some alcohol, and we were sorting the screws out to put it, because you had to change all the screws because it's slightly different size. And yeah, I had a good time. And now I have slightly more computer knowledge than I did on Saturday.
Yeah.
So if you have a fan cooler blown, then I am the person to call now.
You are. So
Rosebud's just made a comment. I've just checked the brand is Nivela. They are 14 centimeters by 7.7 and are only £1.25 each. Free postage. Only snag is you'll have to wait 2 weeks. That's not a problem. I think given the current situation, I think you ain't going to do much better than 2 weeks for most things, are you?
No.
I think you book express delivery, I think you're looking at a week. But I think we've gone back to those days where you have to wait 14 to 28 days for delivery.
Yeah.
So I will look those up. In fact, I'm going to write that down as well on the piece of paper that I wrote down earlier and I've now lost. See, that's the trouble with me. I'll write things down, but I can't guarantee I won't lose it. So NEAVERLER trays. But £1.25 is not unreasonable, is it? And if they have a store where they sell other stuff, you could all pop that all into the same basket and then spend more money that I haven't got.
That's dangerous, Penny.
Oh, I'm just on that time of the month where the bills come in. So I'm just kind of holding it. I mean, it's like I'm actually praying that I've got a bill due out on the 1st, which is tomorrow, and this month, because I get paid weekly.
Right.
So I'm actually hoping that they take it out a day late, because then I get paid the day before this bill is, so the day after this bill is due. So if they take it out a day late, then I'm all right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I've probably got to borrow on the credit card and then the next day pay. So I'll get like a little bit of more interest on the card. And I'm trying to get rid of my credit card because I don't understand how they work and I'm getting caught out. And they messaged me, oh, you've got 1 day left, or your minimum payment is due today. I thought, oh, I forgot about that. So I made this payment. It was like £10 payment, which was over the minimum payment. And I looked a couple of days later, and they've applied a £12.50 late payment fee. So I rang them up and I said, why have you done a late payment fee when I paid on the day it was due? And they said, oh, because it takes 2 days to go through the system. So yeah, I did argue with him. I did get that back.
Yeah.
So now what I've done is I've made my payment the day after it was due, so that when they send me an email saying, oh, your payment date is so and so, I'll pay it the day after.
Yeah.
And then it's done then, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So yeah. And then I did clear the balance off. Well, of course they apply interest in arrears, don't they?
Yeah.
So when I cleared the balance off, a couple of days later I then had interest. So now my credit card balance wasn't zero again. So it's just, I don't understand. I know it's all normal work and practices and it's all acceptable practices, but I don't get it. So it's just, don't have a credit card and you've got to worry about it then, have you?
No, exactly.
So, so that's looking good. I've done about 10 drills, I think, today, haven't I?
Oh.
So I don't know about you, but I'm going to think about winding the show down a bit.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank everybody who's been watching today. I think we have had excellent viewing figures today.
Yeah.
I still remember when I said to you before we did the first show, I said the viewers won't be very, very high for the first show or two, because obviously if you don't know the show exists, you won't watch it. But I said, we just need to sort of just keep you doing it and people get used to us. And, we're picking up an odd new friend. I think with this sort of stream, we can call people friends rather than viewers, can't we?
Yeah.
And I think we've picked up a few new friends every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And, we've had people have come out and support us just to get something behind. People like Adrian and Christine who've been with us right from the start, and then the people have been coming in ever since then. And I hope we get to see them all again.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just realised something as I was chatting. You remember a couple of weeks ago we were talking about blocking and that?
Yeah.
And we needed, or something about the way we did diamonds. I just found a little lump under here. Right, you'll remember this as soon as I lift the paper up. So I'm like, well, what's that under there? So I went to lift the paper up. And look what I found.
Do you know what?
Do you remember when I did that?
You did this the last show. You said, I can
Yeah.
feel a lump. What's that? And you
It
just done it again this time.
Well, I actually lifted them up, did I?
No, you lifted the paper. You said, what's this bump underneath that I can feel? And you
Right.
lifted it up and you, yeah.
In my defence, the last show was quite a few weeks ago.
Yes, it was.
So if I remember rightly, this was to demonstrate, this was using spare odd drills I had to demonstrate that if you put them in blocks, doing every other one, you can get them in a little bit straighter.
Yes.
If I remember rightly, that straight line there is the absolute straightest it could be for me, doing one after the other, whereas this one was blocked in a bit more, although that one's a little bit off. So I'll just make out that it's just slipped. Yeah. It wasn't me, it was placed properly. So I will, right, that'll go on my list then, along with the diamond painting trays. Remove square drills from round painting.
Yeah.
So there you go. I took four things off my to-do list today and then added 3 more back on.
Oh,
So that's, I think they call that life, though, don't they?
unfortunately, yes.
Right. So I'll let you finish the bit that you're on.
Yeah,
You really have cracked on with that, haven't you?
I've done
So
well.
how do you allocate the time to do this, that, and the other? Do you just do it as you fancy it, or are you in the mood for stuff, or do you go, right, today I'm going to do a bit of diamond painting, and tomorrow I'll do a bit of cross stitch, and
What I do is once the kids have gone off to school and college, I'll sit and cross stitch in the kitchen
right,
until my husband gets up.
right,
Then, depending what time or whatever, if I've got an hour or so before dinner or something, I'll go do an hour of diamond painting. Then we'll have dinner, and then I spend a little bit in the afternoon diamond painting while we wait for the boys to come home.
right.
So yeah, that's
Because
usually how it
I've
goes.
been like, I'll do a bit of diamond painting. I might really be in the mood for it, so I just keep going and going and going while I've still got that mood, and then I might not touch it for a few days.
Yeah,
But then obviously I've got other stuff to do as well, which is completely different from diamond painting,
yeah,
and a lot of it can be based on what I need to get done.
yeah,
I'm on a bit of a groany session at the moment. I need to film some Jaguar issues for the Build the Jaguar,
yeah.
and it's just at a stage I don't like it. It's those wheels. I've got to put all these little spokes in the wheels, and
Oh yeah.
it's hard work. And oh, that's lovely. That is. Rosebud just says, "I'll always be here, even if I am late." LOL.
Oh,
So thank you for that.
bless.
So right, well, I'm going to switch my camera so that I can.
Yeah, I've just finished that
I
section.
don't like being seen too much, but because it just shows off my car, and I'm like, it looks a bit funny of me drink coffee, but sorry, coffee comes first.
There we go.
And I really need to change this camera angle because my belly looks awful when I'm slouched. When I'm working away, my belly just goes. This is why I wear tight trousers. You see, it helps. I get people at work and I go, oh, I'm a bit overweight. I'm not like seriously overweight, health issue overweight, but I could do with losing a little bit. And I also, people go, no, you look really. No, it's like because I wear tight trousers and a belt. Did you not ever notice? That's why I look slimmer. As soon as I change into the pajamas at night, it just goes. Blah, blah. So anyway, that's
I
probably
know what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
right. So, is there anything you want to add to our little stream? Hang on a sec. I'm just going to have a little play.
No, there's nothing.
Well, I've been to the lockup and I've got this little halogen heater now. I had put it in the lockup because when you're moving in the middle of summer, a heater is really low priority. You don't need a heater when you're like, oh, get the air conditioning units in. But now that the weather's turning cold and I've got this little oil filled radiator, it's quite pathetic. I doubt it's even like 1,000 watt. It's just really, and these oil filled radiators, they really do take the time to warm up. And now I've got this little halogen heater, and it's like I can press a button, and 5 seconds later I'm on fire. I love it. Right, so Mark's Mods is always here. Well, you've got no choice, Mark. You're married to one half of the show.
Bless.
And Sell It Bang, been a pleasure viewing until the next time. Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Okay.
And now, is that Tha, or is that I accidentally hit the return a little bit too early when I was saying thank you?
Oh,
Right. Okay, so right, I'm just going to say very quick goodbye then, and I'm going to let Yorkshire Crafter finish the show. And I'm going to say, before I say goodbye, when you finish, you hit the end broadcast button, because I have had a habit in the past of cutting you off without giving you a chance to say goodbye. So take care, guys. No, we've done it before. I've just said goodbye, and then I've hit the end broadcast button, and there's Julie gone. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate your time. I hope you've enjoyed the show. And as Rosebud says, thank you for hosting. See you all next time. That's brilliant. That's what I'm going to end with. So take care, guys. I should see you next week. I don't have my shifts for next week yet. I usually get them Thursday, Friday, but obviously I do try and get the Wednesdays off. So yeah, take care, guys, and see you next week.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. And remember, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Bye, guys.
Bye.